Hello and welcome to the desert. Actually, it's a little oasis in the desert, and we're here at Lake Vilago. And I'll just do a quick around here. By the way, I'm Scott, and this is my retired life. Let's get right into it, shall we? There we go. That was a fact spin. What we are going to talk about today is a little bit of depression. When you retire, some people get depressed, and there's a few reasons why. And the number one factor for that is finances. When you retire, you can get depressed knowing what your financial situation is if you didn't prepare for it. If you didn't prepare properly for your retirement, then you are going to be depressed. The real world is going to be a little different than you expected. It's just the facts. Morning. So the best thing you can do to avoid that depression, obviously, is to plan early. So kids, if you're watching this, kids by meaning under 50, start saving now for your retirement, because depression is there. When you wake up in the morning and you realize that you do not have the money to do things that you might want to do in retirement, it's a big awakening and it's very depressing. Don't worry, we're going to address facts on how to fix the problem. Okay, I think I just gave you the answer to that on the finances. Number two is your health. Sometimes, a friend of mine in particular, he was forced to retire because of his health. He had cancer and he couldn't do his job, and he was forced to retire. Now, my friend was very smart. He embraced it. He embraced that as a good thing, and it is what it is, right? I'm sick. I'm going to do the best I can with what I've got with the amount of time I have left. But for many, they self-pity. They take self-pity. And it doesn't help their situation, and it depresses them. Again, you don't have to do a lot of things to make it work. You just have to kick yourself in the butt. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Number three, loss of purpose. I talked about this in the last video. You need purpose. You have to have something to do when you retire. Whether it's looking after your grandkids or whether it's any hobby that you like doing. Find a passion, volunteer, anything other than to just isolate yourself from people. You gotta have a purpose, right? You have to have something to get up and do in the morning. You might be getting up to do the crosswords, have a cup of coffee. It doesn't have to be a fast day, it just has to be something. It has to give you a reason to get up. If you don't have those purpose or a reason to get up, for me, every morning, take the dogs for a walk. That's purpose. Part of my purposes, I've got many of them. But if you have purpose, you don't get depressed. If you get up every morning and you don't know what to do or where to go or who to see, yeah, it's not good. Which brings me into the next point, social isolation. You have to be social with people. If you're in a 55 community, join one of the clubs. If you're not in the 55, there are clubs everywhere. Look on Facebook. You could be into woodwork, you could be into photography, you could be into quilting, whatever you're into, whatever your passion is. Do it, because this is so important. If you've got purpose, you got no time, well, you have time to be depressed. But if your mind is always working towards something or a purpose, yeah, you got to have that. It'll help you, it'll stop you from being depressed. I get up every morning and I got so many things. Actually, I have too many things. I've got to slow down. Making YouTube videos is one of them. Next is isolation. Again, I talked briefly about that. Don't isolate yourself from people. Be social, even if it's a phone call to your mom and dad or your son and daughter, or to anybody, a friend. Go for coffee. Don't isolate yourself, because that leads to depression. It really, really does. So those are the things that, the four major ones that will really get you into trouble. How do you fix it? I gave you some examples. Finances, start early. Start saving when you're in your 20s. It's hard to do nowadays compared to when I was doing it. The economy was better. It's much more difficult now than it ever has been. So get started early. Do what it takes. And I'm trying not to get that sun flare, so I'll walk kind of like this way. Do what it takes to get those finances in order. Talk to a financial planner or even a banker. Bankers are always glad to take your money, right? Do those things. Get ready, get set, and go. You have to be able to go. Next one, your health. And as you age, health is more important than it is when you're 30. When you're 30 and younger, you feel invincible. I know I did. But as you get older, and I'm speaking from experience, I'm losing weight, lost weight, feeling better, still want to lose some more, but it's part of my health. I'm walking, I get out and walk in these videos. It doesn't look like much, but it is exercise. It's good exercise. When you do, what's the words I'm looking for here? When you do put it in your head to get healthy, and it's really, you got to put it in your head, I'm going to fix myself or make myself better. You have to put that in your head, and once you do that, your motivation is there. But you got to convince yourself that you need to do this. Need, not have, not want. You need to do this. You have to take care of yourself, especially as you age. Knock on wood. I guess there's a tree over there I could do it on, but this is just as good. Knock on wood that I don't have any health issues just yet. The average age, again, 66.3 or something like that, when symptoms start showing up in older people. That's all I'm saying. Isolation. Again, just hook up with people. Hook up with people that can help you. Go for coffee. I have a coffee group that we meet and we talk about politics and everything else. And even though we have 2 or 3 different opinions on politics, I'd give the guy a shirt off my back. We're great friends, even though we do share different politics. And we talk about sports and movies and everything else that goes on in life. And that kind of thing helps. Good morning. Got to be nice to people. They'll be nice back. Little tip. So it's so important, and I look so forward to that. Coffee every Wednesday, and I've talked about it in other videos. I look so forward to that gives me purpose. And this brings me to the last thing. I talked about it a little earlier. Create something for yourself. Do YouTube. Do videos in YouTube. Take photographs. Whatever floats your boat. It might be working on a car. A friend of mine who I retired before and I had a bet against, I said, I'd retire at 55 and you're going to retire at 70, he said. When he retires, he has how many good years left? When I retired, I had a lot of good years. I still have good years. Anyway, that's a different video. He is a car nut. He was a car nut. And he said, well, why would you retire that early? I says, why wouldn't you? And he says, well, because I don't know what to do with myself. Now he's rebuilding a car. actually an old truck, 49 Chevy. And I said to him, do that every day. I said, get up. Here's what I proposed to him. Get up, have a coffee, go to the garage, because that's where he lives basically. Take a look at the car, sit down, figure out what you're going to do. Have another cup of coffee, because he likes coffee. And then I know I bought a plate for him, a stainless steel plate for his dash. And I said to him, I says, this is how you go. You sit down, you have your coffee in the garage, put in 2 screws on the top. Now it might be lunchtime if you do it nice and slow. Go have lunch. Come back to the garage, put the 2 bottom screws in. There, your plate's in. Your dash, your stainless steel dash for this truck is in. And that's your afternoon. Have a coffee, clean it off, then it's supper time. And then after supper, you can go do your thing. Good morning. Go do your thing after that. There, your day's shot. Next day, go in the back in the garage and put in another part. Before you know it, that car is going to be restored. Just do it, okay? Just use the Nike slogan and do it. You can do this, anybody can do this, and you'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel more confident about yourself. And as that develops, all these things that you're trying to overcome become easier and easier and easier. Now, with all that said, you can check out this video over here or this video over here. And thanks for watching. Let's call this one done.